Good afternoon, garden friends. Today I am going to be working on my two garden boxes. This one over here, and then I'll turn the camera around so you can see the other one. Gonna go ahead and trim back my Guara, and I'm gonna be putting some Shasta Daisies in here along with chrysanthemum mums, because I think that are white, that I think just help the pink of the Guara to pop and give me some fall color. So let me turn it around so we can take a look at the plants and I can give you the specs. All right, so I ended up putting some more soil, compost in this bed before I go ahead and plant my chrysanthemums and my Shasta Daisies. Now, I don't know about you guys. This is my red Guara, which I love. But I don't know what version this is, but I like the wispiness of it. But then I've seen some where at the base, the leaves are just really, really full, and that you end up more of, hold on, let me show you, this at the top of them. But I sort of like this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, get it shaped up. Try not to take, a lot of the flowers off, but just get like the dead branches off that don't look too good before I start planting in my Shasta Daisies and my chrysanthemums. Now, like I said, these guys were not in the best shape, but you know what? I sort of like that to work my magic and get them back to health. And one of the things that I am going to do is I'm going to use some of the bone meal in the holes. And let me tell you the reason why. So let me give you some information about the bone meal. It's an all-natural organic source of phosphate and nitrogen. Bone meal helps develop sturdy roots system and promotes plant growth. Epsom bone meal is ideal supplements for bulbs, flowers, and roses. Use Epsom bone meal with the confidence that you have chosen the very best. And these guys have been in business and have the trusted name in being organic since 1929. Like I said, I'm going to be using this because I sort of want to get these guys to bounce back. I did end up cleaning them off, but like I said, I think it's going to look really nice with the white chrysanthemums and Shasta Daisies in here. Now these guys don't just have like a few buds on them, and I'm okay with that. And let's just give you some specs. Now this says the Shasta Daisies, they get 12 inches tall, 12 inches wide. I got 4 of them that I'm going to be placing in here, and they like part sun. Now this area, and which I think I'm gonna more or less put it on the back side, does get sun, but it's part sun, and it's usually for a short period of time because my crepe myrtle that's above here does act as a shade for it. And then the chrysanthemums, these guys will get 12 to 24. And like I said, I don't think I've ever had them get any taller than 18 inches. And I think that'll look really pretty, like I said, with the Guara. But let me go ahead and get some of the dead branches clipped off of the Guara before I go ahead and get these guys planted. And like I said, all I'm doing is the things that look kind of dry and crispy, go ahead and get those cut. Anything that looks like it's broken or damaged, because the squirrels seem to like this bed up here. And I think it'll end up allowing it to, continue to get full, because this, if I remember correctly, by the end of the season, or is this might be my first season with this, but this was a little guy that I ended up getting that it apparently loves where it's at. So let me just go ahead and get this cleaned up. Let me ask you guys, do you like the pink or the white? I have both in my garden. But one of the things that I noticed, the pink don't like to get moved. Like I can move or transplant the white one and it seems to bounce back. The pink one don't seem to do too well as far as bouncing back. Now, while I'm not cutting this back, like I said, I'm just getting the dead stuff off of here, because you know these guys will still give me blooms, but not as full as they normally do at the peak of it. And I'm not looking for new growth to come on here. I want it to be able to go into dormancy and then me trim it and shape it back in the spring. And like I said, all I'm doing is anything that's crispy, I'm taking out. All right, that's good for this side. All right, so I think I'm gonna see how I want to lay this out. Okay, I might have to snip this off just to give a little more room for this. And then I could probably pack the soil up just a little bit tighter. And then when I put the mulch on it, just to have it more vertical and not blocking the chrysanthemums. So let's go ahead and get these guys planted in. And the good thing about both the Shasta Daisies and also the chrysanthemums, these guys will come back year after year. All right, let me go ahead and get the rest of these guys in, get it mulched, and then this bed will be done. And then I'm gonna go start on the longer one because I have to do some reconfiguring. But once I get over there, I'll let you know why I'm having to do this. All right, so we're over at the other garden box. How many of you have used that technique where you put the scrap wood, the leaves at the bottom, so you don't have to use as much mulch? I probably won't do that again because my bed in the box sunk so bad. So let me turn it around so I can show you how much dirt I had to put in it to get it back up to level. Okay, so I literally had to put 7 bags of dirt in here. Just in these small sections because it had dropped down so low. So I want to be able to go ahead and get some plants that I purchased in here, and then also my Jaquan bulbs. I got the large cupped narcissus. I got 40 of these. I'm probably gonna put most of them in here because I want this full in this bed for this spring. Okay, so along with my daffodil bulbs, I ended up getting Pye Weed. I wanted to try this out for the longest time because I think it is just absolutely gorgeous, and that pink color is going to look gorgeous against the sunshine ligustrum. Now, let me give you a little bit of the specs because it also attracts butterflies. All right, bloom time is summer to early fall. It grows 24 to 28 inches tall, plant in sun to partial shade. Now this is a sun area for the afternoon, but my truck will act as a barrier to block some of the sun. It says plant in or around water or bog gardens. Now I keep this area nicely watered. That's why my Sunshine's Ligustums look so nice. And like it, consistent soil moisture. It's good in zones 4 through 9. So I'm excited about getting these guys in here. And then with my yellow and white daffodils, I think it's going to look amazing. So let me go ahead. I want to get the Pye Weed, plant it first, and then start on the bulbs. Now, about the only good thing that I'll say in regards to doing that technique where you put the wood and the clippings and what have you, so you're not having to use as much soil, is probably underneath here. I probably got some really good compost, so hopefully the amount that I put in here will not have this sagging. I'm gonna go ahead and just loosen up the roots so they can get in the soil good. And then I'm gonna get it nicely watered. I'm only putting 2 in here because of the size that it gets, and the Sunshine Ligustums are really the star of the show in this bed. And because this soil does have fertilizer, I'm not putting anything in it. All right, those guys are done. Let me go ahead and get my auger so I can quickly get these bulbs in here. And then I will get it watered. Okay, so I'm not gonna use my auger for the simple fact the head on it is too big and I want these guys to be nice and close. So I'm just gonna use my scooper. My goal is to make sure that this is nice and full with the daffodils come this spring. Let's go on down to the other end. I will probably, before I put the mulch on, just put just one more layer of the topsoil on here, just to make sure. I went down about 4 inches. I actually like it to be about 5 inches. And with us having this weather that is just so out of the norm for remaining warm, I want to make sure that they do have enough time to get acclimated and still be protected, just in case the temperature turns on us. Okay, so this box is done, and I think it does look really nice. I like that nice, clean look to the bed. And then this right here is my perennial verbena. I moved it from up in the secret garden, cut it way back, and I want to see if this will grow here because it's a trailing, and I think that would look so pretty. Look at those. I so love that bright pink color. All right, well, let's go over to the other bed where I planted the daffodil bulbs and the Pye Weed. Just really like that nice clean look. I was debating on whether not to put some pansies in there, but I'm liking the color that the Pye Weed is going to add to the bed, and then the daffodils coming up. All right, garden friends, I am done, and I'm really happy with how this ended up turning out. And I cannot wait until my Pye Weed starts to bloom. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I look forward to you checking out my next video. And if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and liking my page.